Hey, I'm JD. Welcome to my channel. I'm back with the Waltham 21J railroad grade wind indicator pocket watch. So what I had running before, you'll see in the video that I'm uploading, that I've uploaded. What I did was I replaced the screw that's right here on the top, and by replacing that screw, I forgot to saw off the back end of that screw. So the screw was still kind of hanging down, and it was just barely touching that hairspring, which gave it a crazy plus 600 reading on the amplitude scale. So once I took the balance cock off, I just let the balance and the hairspring drop, and took the balance cock, and I took a file and I filed that screw down so it's now flat. With that, the hairspring is not touching the screw, it's not interfering with it at all, and the amplitude was 295 on the watch, and I got the thing regulated to plus 2 seconds per day with a beat error that was something like 60.67, something like that. So I was very happy. So the result is excellent, and I'm just casing this watch. I cleaned up the case a bit, so I want to case this watch, and before I do that, I got to watch my fingers here. I got to put the this what's it called, dust cover on it, right? So make sure the dust cover is on it. I don't think there's anything else I have to put on before the dust cover. I already put the face on, and if you recall, before there was a mystery screw and I didn't know what it was. Well, it turned out it was a dial screw. So it was a screw needed for the dial. I'm stupid. Dial screw, case over. So there you go. So right now I'm just seeing if I can line this thing up a bit. You don't want to go near the balance at all with this, but I think I just touched the balance. Just don't touch it too hard. You're going to get big problems if you do that. These things are a bit of a pain in the ass to put on, because you got to snug them on one side. They're not really flexible, so there's no flex in them at all. So you got to kind of poke them to put them on. If you're lucky, they'll slide on. If you're unlucky, it takes a while. So right now I'm just prodding away at it to see if I can get this thing to tuck in. Is it working? You know what? I think it worked. I think it's tucked in. Yeah, well, there's one right here. I gotta pull that down a bit right here. Yeah, that's good there. That's good. It's tucked in. The watch is still running well. So I'm very, very pleased with this. So it could have been a disaster. These are very hard to work on, but it wasn't, and I'm very, very happy. So what do I got to do now? So now I got to just tuck this thing in the case, and I need to put that wind indicator back in. Now I'm not absolutely sure. If I give it a full wind and put it on high, then that's great, but I think what I'm going to do is take the power off the mainspring, and then I'll let it wind down. Otherwise, wind it down and put the wind indicator at 0 with the power off the mainspring, and then you're good to go, right? So I just have to put the dial screws back in. Oh, you know what? Oh my God! So when you're fixing watches, sometimes you just forget shit. So I just forgot shit. So I have to take this off again. I have to take this off again because I forgot a big problem here. I got to take the dial back off. I forgot to put on the cannon pinion. Good God! So let me do that, and I'll be right back. Sometimes I can be a complete moron. So I put the cannon pinion back in. I put the hour wheel and the minute wheel, and of course the hour wheel over the top of that, and the dial washer. So now I can put the ring back on again, and then get ready to put the movement back into the watch. Line up the watch face and the seconds hand. It should just fall in nicely. Any luck? Come on, here we go. That's that. Just keep my eye on that friggin' balance. It's spinning away, and you got to keep your fingers away from it. Now I got to tighten the dial screws again. Yes, sirree. I've had problems before where I tightened the dial screws and the watch stopped. I was like, what the hell is this all about? Sometimes the cannon pinion's not in correctly, or not, the hour wheel was touching the top of the minute wheel, so the little teeth on the hour wheel was touching the teeth on the minute wheel, causing the problem. So where is the other side of this watch? Again, keep your fingers away from the balance. Damn balance. It's always in the way, right? So I try to put this on and keep it away from the balance. Where is it? There it is, there. Like that. And I'm going to have this tucked down like this. And see if I can tuck this in. Of course, I touched the balance. I don't know why I do that. Shouldn't have touched the balance. Putting these things in, though, is a pain in the ass, I'm telling you. They're great if you're the owner of the watch. If you're the repair dude, you're having fun. It's almost in. I just have to shift it ever so slightly. I shifted it too much. Shift it the other way now. You just have to put your screwdriver on the edge there and just push down, and then it'll shift a bit. That's perfect. Once you've shifted it the right way, you have to make sure everything is kind of out of the way. There we go. That's good. I can't do this with gloves on, I'm sorry. I apologize ahead of time. Yeah, that's all in nicely. So there we go. That's in really nicely. Balance is still ticking away like crazy. I'm very pleased with. And the face is in, and now I can tuck it into the movement like I did last time. Just keep these gloves away and just hold it in my hands like this. My hands. Make sure there's no other extra parts I'm missing. And I just need to tuck it in, and like before, it just should fall right in. There we go. There we go. That's perfect. You can feel it when it tucks into place, right? It's this kind of nice fit feeling. It's not sloppy at all. And everything seems to be running well. The balance seems to be ticking again like crazy, which is nice. So I usually put the back screw in first because the front screw, it'll be held together anyway it'll be held in by the stem, so you don't have to worry about that. So there we go. That's in now, and then I'm just going to screw this down. I also cleaned the face with Rodico. I didn't need to clean it with much more. The face was pretty good. And make sure that the movement's in nice and tight, so I don't have to. The owner doesn't have to worry about it falling out. And once I've done all this, I usually take some Rodico and just touch it up just a bit, see where if there's anything I can help it with. Rodico just removes anything like this. I know there's no dust. The balance is in there solid. I've already oiled all these parts of the watch, no problem. So there it is there. That's a gorgeous movement, isn't it? That's really nice. But if I turn my light off my camera, will it look better? The camera has got its own low light setting that's really good. So that's it there. So there's less glare now on the watch. Movement's running perfectly. And you can see that's the new regulator I put in, or the regulator that I cleaned up and put back in again. And the screw for using the regulator is right there. You just turn that left or right, and that, or clockwise, counterclockwise, and that just pushes the right here. You've got the regulator pins, and it'll move it either clockwise or counterclockwise, speeding the watch up or slowing it down. So just to be safe, now I'm going to put the back of the case back on here. It's been sitting underneath or sitting within my little thingamajobby doohickey. So actually, before I put the case on, I need to take the power off the watch and then put the wind indicator on, because I don't think I can do that with the you want to put the wind indicator in and set it to 0 and then wind the watch up. So I'm going to just see if I can take power off the watch here. I may have to use a screwdriver because I can't get a toothpick in there and there's no other way of doing it. So there you go. This is the best way to do it. And then you just walk it back a bit. Should adjust my camera a little bit here so you guys can see what I'm up to. And I'm just walking the watch back a bit, walking the power back, because it's got a little bit of a wind on it. And there we go. I got the back of my finger has got pressure on the crown, so even if it slips, it doesn't slip too far because of the pressure I've got on the crown. So now if I let go, there's nothing, right? So the watch, the actual balance should slow down to nothing in 2 seconds here. So there you go. See that balance slowing down to 0. So that's that there. I'm going to move this up just a bit here. It's regulating, very amateur watchmaking right now. So now the power is down to 0, right? So I'm going to put the back on so it's well protected. That's the case back of this beautiful movement. There's the front of the movement there. And there is there's the lever right there. You got to get your fingernail in to pull that up. So that's pretty tight in there, but that's for setting the time. And now I've got to get that hour indicator. So there's up and down. So 24 hours. So 0. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work. So let's just see if I can figure this one out. So I'm going to basically put this on, and I think I'm going to put it down as 24 would be when it's full of, it's got no power left, I think, right? So I can always take it off and try again, but I don't want to. I just want to do this right the first time. I can see this little tiny blue, weird little blue hair on this thing. I'm trying to get rid of. I don't know why it's on there, but it is. I do need to clean my mat someday. So there's the pipe that goes over this one here, hopefully. That's weird because it doesn't look like it's going to go over it. It looks like it goes inside of it. Maybe that's not the right arm. This is the right arm here. Yeah, that was the wrong arm. This is the right arm here, so I'm assuming 0 is here. Like that. I'll set that for 0. And then I'm going to push this on. I'm going to use a hand press here, one of my hand presses, to push that on. So I just push that straight down, and I'm looking to see if there's a gap, and there is. And I'm going to rock it sideways just a bit, so it's. Hopefully it's up a bit. Yeah, it is. Now when I wind this watch, well, I'm going to put the second hand on right now because it'll be a pain in the butt, and I might as well put it on. I might as well put these hands on while I got them. Well, everything is off, right? I always press the second hand on with my tweezers because I think it's good enough. I don't need to go too deep on it, and then the hour hand can go on, and maybe the minute hand, and we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. There's a hair on this one too. I didn't put those hairs on it, I swear. I think someone told me it's the static electricity that causes the watches to collect hairs. So I want to make sure that this clears that power regulator, power lever, right? So I want to make sure it's clearing it without a problem. So I'll put the hand on and I'll look at it from the other side. So I press down on that, and then I want to look at it, and it's way up, Jerry. It's way up. So you can adjust it just by looking down on it. And I think that's not too bad there. So it's clearing that, no problem. Now if I pull out the time setting mechanism, right? Come on to daddy. Holy shit, that thing is stuck in there. Hopefully I don't have to take the whole watch apart again to get that thing out. No, there it is there. It's pretty, it doesn't give you much to grab at. So there it is there, and I just want to make sure it clears the second hand, otherwise I got to do more adjustments. So yeah, there's no problem at all. It's clearing the second hand nicely. And I might as well just put the minute hand on now while I'm at it, right? Because the watch is not working. And if I have to adjust that little wind indicator, I'll do it. But let me grab the, I'm going to grab it with Rodico because it's easier to grab. And then put it down here, and then I can put this on. And I think exactly 12 o'clock would be nice, wouldn't it? I've been on a bit, but not enough. Yeah, it needs to go on, and then it needs to clear the other hand. Putting hands on, I think I would call an art. It's pretty good there. And you just want to make sure that when it hits the 12, it's relatively good. So, and I want to make sure everything is cleared, and it is, so there's no problem there. So now, let's wind this baby up and see if that wind indicator moves at all. It's very hard to get your fingers in there. I'm going to tell the owner of this watch that to regulate the watch, they're going to have to actually stick a screwdriver in there to pull it out, or to set the time, rather. So let's just put it over at, what time is it right now? It's 7 o'clock right now. But of course, that makes the hand go right at the top, so let's not do that. So I'll push this back in with my thumbnail. And now I'm going to start winding it and see if the wind indicator, oh, it looks like it's moving the other way. That's not good. So it moves this way. That means it starts here, and then you wind it all the way back, I think. I don't know. Let me just keep winding it and see what happens. That's 0. Yeah, I think it should have started on the other side. I can take it off and try again here, so that's 24. So I should have started on, I think it goes this way, which means it goes clockwise when it winds. So I think that if I start it, it's going to go back the other way. Right, which means it's going clockwise, which means I got to start it at 0 and then go the other way. So I should have taken it off the other way. I didn't know. So I think that it's if I pop it up here and put it on 0, it should be fine. Just take it off like that, move that around, and put it on 0. And that probably now should go all the way around. See if that's clearing. Yeah, it is. It's not too bad, I think. I don't think it needs to go any deeper than that. No, that's pretty good right there. So we'll see if that thing moves all the way around the other way. It should, because it should have started there, and as I was winding it, it would be going on this way, and it stopped exactly there, and then should go all the way back. So it starts at 0, and then it winds all the way down to 24. So that's why it says up. It's wound up all the way, and down here it says down. And if you see that on the camera, it says up on one side, and then it says down on the other side. So down 24 hours on the wind. So that's that. So that's good. So the cover, just need to put the cover on this thing. It is, let me set the time for it. The owner is going to have to figure out how to get a screwdriver in there, because you cannot open this, you cannot set the time on this thing unless you get your screwdriver in and do that. And right now it's 7 o'clock, so I'm going to let this run till it's 7. Let me look at my watch here. 7:08. 7:08, something like that. 7:08, and I'll let that run overnight, and see where I am at the end of the day. Hang on a sec. Always puff this out before you put it back in. Just gets rid of any dust or hairs or anything that may be collected on the watch. And that's a plastic crystal in this watch. But I like the watch. Maybe the guy will give it to me as a gift someday. But there we go, repaired. And there's the very beautiful chain for this watch. I love it. It's very nice. So there you go. That is a Waltham, very high-end Waltham 21 jewel pocket watch with a wind indicator, and it's running exceptionally well. And I put it on the timer earlier, and I've got this thing here I use for my timer, and I've used the timing system to see what it looks like. Alright, there's the results right now. The bead error is a bit high. It's 0.98, but it's not that bad. I don't think I'll do anything with that. The amplitude is excellent. It's 294, 295. It's set. It's got it's minus 32 seconds per day, and that's in the up and down position. So that's pretty darn good. So if I look at the watch here, I'm doing this actively live. See if I can move that out of the way. You're looking at this watch running not too bad for an old watch. Amplitude is 305. Now that's friggin' excellent amplitude for this watch. It's phenomenal. So you can't, I don't know if you can do any better than that. The bead error is a bit off. It's 1.02, but I know if I fart with that, I'm going to end up screwing something else up. So you want the bead error to be 1 or less. Ideally you want it to be 0, but sometimes you just can't achieve that with these old watches. So I can speed it up a little bit by adjusting the thing I showed you earlier there. I can adjust that regulator arm and get this running faster. But what I'm very impressed with is the amplitude I got from this watch from cleaning it. So that's it. So that's the video. I will try to adjust that rate, but I'm not going to play with the bead error. It may actually be a different bead error upside down too in different positions. So anyway, that's good. Good. Got it all working, and hopefully that wind indicator or the wind indicator will continue to work. So thanks for watching my videos. I'm JD. Thanks for subscribing to my channel rather, and keep on ticking, as they say.